It's a Class 8 dual rotor. This thing will light up a football stadium. Sounds more like a Volkswagen Beetle. Hey, welcome to our YouTube. Today we're harvesting corn again. We're in the last few days of corn harvest, getting ready to, we've been cutting a few soybeans, but we're getting ready to switch the combine over to full-time soybeans and concentrate on that. So I hope you enjoy. Yeah, the Fendt, I've never had any experience in a Fendt combine. They were new in 2019. I think that's right. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that was when this combine was introduced. This one is the 8T, so it's a Class 8 dual rotor. Supposedly is a large Class 8, so a pretty good size Class 8 machine. The features that I've really noticed that I think are fantastic about it is the cab's super quiet. Like we can sit here and have a conversation and not be bothered really by the noise outside. All the controls are pretty easy to operate. They're all pretty user-friendly. The unloader on this thing's unbelievable. I think they told me it's like 6 bushels a minute, and it has a flow control gate inside the cab here, so if you're unloading too fast and you need to slow it down some, like you're trying to top a truck off, you got the ability to cut the flow, I think, in half, or roughly in half. But you know, the combines hold about 470 bushels. This one does, I think, and it'll dump it in just a minute or two. So unbelievable amount of grain coming out of it. I got it over the top of the truck a while ago, and I just had it on a second, and it made a humongous mess. So for somebody that's not super tech savvy to begin with, it's a little harder to use than like the Deere stuff. But I mean, I've just ran it. This is only my second day, and I've pretty much figured out how to navigate it. So when you're looking here at the screen, this is your GPS map here, just showing you where you are in relation to the field. These are all your settings on the combine. This is your loss monitor. It's monitoring your rotor, your sieves, all that different Schaefer, and then the top is how your header's set, like your angle, your speed it's running at, and all that. And if you're wanting to see different, it's got an option where if you're wanting to monitor something different than like what I'm monitoring today, you can get on there and set it to monitor whatever function on the combine you want to monitor. So pretty user-friendly. It's got backup cameras like the X9, so if you're coming out of the corn and you need to look behind you to make sure you're clear, it'll throw a camera up on here so you can see behind you. That's pretty neat. The harvesting speed's similar to the 8250. So just to give you, like in corn like this, I think we said like the 8250 the other day, we were running 3.8, something like that. Today we're running 3.9, 4 miles an hour. So it's very similar operating the speed to the 8250. Much faster than that. It doesn't seem to lose much off the rotor, but it wants to lose some off the screen, off the sieves. So we're just overloading it with corn. So it's got really good engine power if you're operating within the parameter you're supposed to be. Just to give you an idea, like the X9 is capable at 6.2 or higher. Like if you want to operate it faster than that in this corn, you probably could. We operate it at 6.2 because we don't have to worry about like how good the corn is. Like if it's 200 bushel, it's fine at that speed. You're still getting acceptable grain quality and losses. If it's 300 bushel, you are as well. So the operator can pin it back at 6.2 and not just drive it. This one is a little, you got to kind of watch your loss monitor here because you can overload it in some really good stuff, even at 4 miles an hour. But I really do like this machine. It's a smooth riding. This Drago head has like a suspension under it where like when it bounces up and down, it kind of gives it some cushion. It's not jarring on the combine. I like that about it. Tracks are really nice. I think they said Camoplast manufactures the track on this thing, and they've done a good job on it. I think that's a nice feature of the machine. The head's also equipped with a head sight. That's what controls our header height, and it works really good. You don't have to manually do it very much. It seems like with the Deere, you don't get as much bounce as you do with the head sight, but you got to use your fingers a little bit more to pick the head up, like when you're crossing ditches, and the head sight's a little more sensitive. It raises a little faster. So I've noticed that you can, I wouldn't want to cross a great big ditch without picking it up, but a small ditch, the head sight will work its way through. You don't have to touch the combine. These are your all your different lights. We had the lights on last night, and this thing will light up a football stadium. Super bright.
Brighter than the Deere?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. The X9's got a really good set of lights, but I believe these might be a little brighter. Okay. I think he told me that the brand name of the lights on this thing were hella lights. And I told Lou, I said, Lou's the salesman, I said, they are definitely hella lights.
Oh, yeah.
It counts, it has a little side button here that cycles through the instant yield, so like what's coming into the combine yield-wise, total bushels in the bin. Like right now it tells us we have 362 bushels in the bin, and then instant moisture, how wet your corn is when it's coming into the machine. This is your engine RPM here.
How's the horn sound?
I think it's massive, like sounds more like a Volkswagen Beetle. Seat's super nice, and it's cool too. It's black leather. They told me that the case, they're getting ready to come out. Let's see, the one they demoed us was the 8250. They said the 8260 was going to have like massaging seat, heated seat, cooled seat. It's going to be super fancy. I'm pretty, well, I know the 8RX, like that tractor I have, has that. I think you can get it in the Signature Series of the X9, the nicer edition. Yeah, you need a good seat. I think, to me, when I ordered the X9, I thought I ordered the Signature Edition. When it came, it was just, they had sold out of the seat, you know, it was like right after COVID or whatever. And it came with a cloth seat. Boy, I was disappointed.
It's a pretty big back window.
Yeah, it is. I love the cab in this thing. It's big and comfortable.
Yeah, it's nice.
It keeps, like I hadn't had to turn the air conditioner up or down. I just set it at 72 and it has maintained it pretty good. All your, like to set the machine, all the settings are here on this console. You have your sieves and your air fan, your rotor, your concaves, four-wheel drive, and road mode. And then that closes your hopper. And let's see, I don't know what that all folds the head.
Okay.
And then these things operate the speed of your header, park and brake, and your rotor and header. Backlit. It makes you easier to see at night when you're in here. So this is your head height that picks your header up and down. This is a toggle button. There's a couple different functions on the back of this.
Oh, okay.
And this allows you to toggle multiple functions on the header. This is if you're running a bean head, adjust your reel on there. This actually folds the auger in and out and turns the auger on and off. They do. Holder for my cell phone right there.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty fancy.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say about the cell phone holder is if you get a call and you're looking forward, you're probably not going to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to hear it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fancy. I noticed like I was on top of the machine this morning and we were blowing it off, and it has electrical outlets and 12-volt outlets up there, so if you're needing to work on something, that's pretty
cool,
convenient.
actually. Yeah, that's a nice feature.
This is an 8, so they make a 9 and then a 10 that they said would be similar to the X9. So I think the 8 and the 9 are similar machines. The i9 has more horsepower and a bigger grain tank, but basically the same cleaning system. And the 10 is altogether bigger, more horsepower, I think a bigger engine, bigger grain tank, you know, just an overall bigger machine. Classed up more like the X9. And that ladder right there, it'll turn it around front ways if you're getting ready to go down the road, so it spins the ladder. Like in the Deere, you spin it manually, and this one, it just brings it around forward to the front of the combine, and that way when you're going down the road, it's not in your way. The combine is made in Italy by Fendt. The corn head is made in Italy by Drago. So I don't know that if they're an affiliated company. I don't think they are. I think they're two different companies. Good pairing together, though. It's got, like, as long as you're operating it inside the parameters, the loss on it's fantastic. It doesn't lose anything.
Okay.
And the grain sample's really good too. Not much cracked corn. You know, very clean sample. Looked nice. And it was pretty easy to set. We pulled it out here and ran it about a pass, and he had an idea of about where he wanted it and set it, and we looked at it, and it's doing a fantastic job. So that's called broadleaf signal grass. And a long time ago, if you got in it with rollers on or the stalk choppers on the combine, it would roll grass into them. And I'm saying it still might, but the heads are a little tougher now, and they'll cut their way through it. But yeah, you definitely you're taking a risk if you. If you go through that, especially if it's wet, you might be in there with a pocket knife digging for days. Soybean heads, you know, they're generally cut it pretty decent. I've seen it jam, like if it's wet enough, there's little metal sections those knives pass through, and if the grass is wet enough, I've seen it hang between the blade section and the guard. You know, and jam grass between there. And sometimes you got to take the guard off to get it. Yeah, he said it was, let's see, 760,000, I think is what he told me.
Okay. Is that less than the case?
That was 100, I think he said around, this is 100,000 less, or 100,000 more than the case. Case was 650, and I think he told me this was 760, so.
Okay.
A little less than an X9, a little more than a case. Just from what I've seen of it, I really do like this machine. I think, you know, it's something that I would definitely consider owning one of these at some point. I like the machine. I think the best thing about the combine is that all the operator features on it, you know, like they really thought hard about giving it a quality operator experience. Yeah, it's unbelievable how fast it unloads. It's you know, not quite as big of a load as like what the X9 is carrying, but it's pretty dang close. I mean, I'd be interested to drive you know, to drive the bigger one and see if it's very similar to the X9. Once you've operated the X9, everything else seems small. It really, I hadn't found many things I don't like about this. I think the one thing I would like to see changed is the turning radius is the X9 turning radius is long, and this one's even longer. So part of it is the tracks, you know, tracks just make a machine turn longer, but
yeah,
it takes a 40-acre field to turn this thing around. So you got to back up, you know, to make a turn a lot of times, which is not a huge deal, but it will cost you a little efficiency over a day. Overall, though, I'd give it an A+. It's a nice machine. You won't hear my dad give anything many fantastic grades. He's pretty, yeah, my dad said he liked it, and you just don't hear him give compliments too much. So.
Yeah, he went around and drove it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if Lynn didn't compliments it, you can be for sure it's pretty nice. He's a little hard to garner praise from. It's not like he's not very complimentary to John Deere either. It's just he's hard to make happy. It's hard to earn a compliment from him because he, you know, he looks at everything. So on the Deere, I'll drop this one down occasionally right here in the afternoons because the sun's just.
Yeah, it gets annoying.
Yeah.
For sure.
So hope you enjoyed our review of the combines that we've got to operate this week. The first video will be of the 8250. What we thought about it, the likes and dislikes. You'll get to see it operating in the field some. And then, of course, you get to see our X9 operate and hear us talk about it all the time. It'll continue to be a fixture on our farm. It's not going anywhere. If we do anything, we'll add a machine. We've also had this Fendt here this week and got to operate it a couple of days and over a lot of hours and all times of the day, morning, noon, and at nighttime. And saw all its great features and the things, and we'll highlight the things we liked and didn't like about it. So hope you enjoy our YouTube and our combine reviews. Like, share, and subscribe. People love combines.